Alrighty guys, we're going back to some more Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Last episode, we unlocked a brand new job, the pirate job, which we are currently running here on Edea. It is a very, very strong job, has a very, very high strength. However, everything it does requires MP, as it is a debuffer. It does things like lower the target's physical defense, magical defense, pretty much any stat you could think of, it will lower by 25%. So it's a really good support class, however, not a very good main class. So we decided to run it on Edea at least for a little bit. And then we made it right here to the next dungeon. In this episode, we are going to go ahead and tackle it and see what we move on to. But before that, if you guys do like this video and the series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers by August, so it'll really help me out, and it'll help make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. So, nothing new here, so let's go ahead and head on inside. This is Grap Keep. The enemy level is 32, but we are 2 levels higher than that, so should be very, very little issues. So, first thing we're gonna do is walk forward and get a cutscene.
Hold it! We've got company.
Ah! A ghost's trying to get us!
You're a bit slow. They've been lurking around for a while now.
But it spoke to us! It seems to be trying to tell us something.
Almost. We almost made it. The shield bearers were on the verge of routing the sword bearers. We had them surrounded, and their spirits were broken. Then that round little commander unleashed the mist. A green haze began drifting slowly over the battlefield. Then, naught but agony.
So it looks like we got some ghosts lurking around. So, the first thing we're going to do is actually head off to the left here. You're going to see these barred gates. These are very important for this dungeon's puzzles. We can come right down here and grab this treasure chest with an X potion in it. We'll get some new enemies. These are undead archers or bone hunters. Just like every other undead, they will be weak to your attacks, your cures and curas, so if you want to use it, you can here. While we're just quickly going through this, I have a little fun story. I was, you know, it's the middle of summer in the Texas heat. There's a lot of bugs and gnats and everything, and sometimes I'll find a gnat on my desk, and I'll just quickly pause the recording and squash it. No issue, but saw a big-looking gnat sitting on my desk during that cutscene there that we just saw, and I went ahead. I didn't squash it with my hand. It looked too big. I was like, I don't know what that is, so I went ahead and used a little note card I had on my desk. Went ahead and squashed it. Turns out it was a mosquito, and I don't know if you guys have ever popped, like, I say pop, killed a, like, fat mosquito. They explode. Like, genuinely explode. So I had a streak of somebody's blood on my desk from squashing the mosquito that I had to quickly clean up. Super weird, super gross. I've never seen, like, usually I'll swat it when it's on my arm and I'll just have like a little mark there. But this was very interesting to see, just like straight up a streak across my desk of, I think it was on my dog because I had just taken my dog outside. I don't know for sure, so I had to get that properly cleaned before we continued. At 30 JP there, our pirate is already getting really high up there in levels. Go ahead and do a quick heal. I think this is going to be one of those dungeons where we're going to have to heal between... Oh, I totally forgot we're poisoned. Gonna have to do a heal between, like, every fight. Go ahead and heal up. Edea, poison really doesn't do that much damage. I think it actually does less than it does in, like, Pokemon, you know? So let's go ahead. I want to go, before I go up that staircase, I actually want to wrap around here. What do we have the Bone Knight this time, so let's go ahead and examine the Bone Knight. We know what they're weak to, so on yes, let's just have you do Kira on this Bone Hunter a ton. Again, takes a little bit of time to do this because I do have to go manually select it every time. But the good news is it does like more damage than anything else. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing with our Sword Magic Fyra. And go ahead and we'll do the Bone Knight with this one. See, I don't... About 3,000 H... Oh, did I examine the same one? I think I'm going to be fine, because I actually don't think she's going to kill here. The problem is, Agnès is going to kill here. Yeah, so I just got to remember I got to examine the right one next time we get there. You learned Scale Strip. That was for our pirate job. Yeah, they probably don't need to heal, and I'm not going to cure this poison. You have another blocked gate right there. However, there's a lever right here we can pull, which will open up that gate right there. We will actually go ahead and run through that gate. Just regular Bone Hunters, so shouldn't be a problem. We'll do normal attacks here. And then Agnès can just do her Kira. Let's do it on one this time around. I will do it on all, actually. I want Edea to start getting kills, so we're going to default. And we're going to actually hope... Oh, no. We're going to hope Agnès weakens one enough for Edea to get a kill here. What are they at? 1,400, so Edea might be able to kill with just regular attacks. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I just got to start softening him up. I gave Edea that ability, and I want to be able to use her special. Probably not for this dungeon, because usually these dungeons aren't anywhere near as hard as the asterisk fights. But I do want to be able to use it when we get to our next asterisk fight, which I believe will be either after this dungeon or very close after this dungeon. So now we're going to go ahead and run up here. We're actually going to go up this staircase right here. This will bring us to... I should display the map. Don't know why that wasn't open already. We get 2,000 peg there, and another switch we can hit right here. Interesting. Bone Lancers this time. Let's go ahead and examine one. Same thing. Let's go ahead and Kira both of them. I'd like to do it twice, actually. So let's Kira both of them twice. This should get them both in lethal range for Edea. Because again, Edea has to get kills with the attack command. She cannot get kills with anything else. So that's why I haven't actually been able to show off her good enough yet. Okay, really solid damage. They're both at about 1,100. The thing is, I still don't think I can kill, so let's do one attack. Let's do one there. Oh, nope. One there and one there. And then Edea should go after Tiz, so she should be able to just clean up both of these. There we go. And 1, 2. There we go. Ringabel's Black Mage is about to level up as well. We'll go ahead and hit this lever, which opens up that door right there, which is very important because if we would have taken that middle staircase, we actually couldn't have done anything there yet. We'll go back down and hit this lever, which opens up that one. And then we'll just head back up and go back around. You saw that blue chest there. We're getting ever closer to getting the blue chests. From what I've found, because I haven't looked it up. I looked it up when we first saw the first blue chest. From what I've found, it looks like you get it in Chapter 4, I believe. So I'm hoping that's accurate. Same thing here. We're going to white magic all of them twice. And then... I don't remember who goes first, so we'll have... I think Edea goes before Agnès, so we'll have Edea wait. We'll have her default one time. Oh, he killed one. That's fine. I'm not worried about killing one of them. Okay, Edea. Let's see what's up. I'll just attack the same one because it'll automatically go to a different one. Wow, she's not going to kill because she only hit one time. Yep. That's unfortunate. We'll just go ahead and Kira the last one. was a lot of damage there to Tiz. That is a level up for Ringabel. Gained Black Magic level 4, which will be good a little bit later. Unfortunately, not right now, because we don't have access to it yet. Let me actually go check out. What else do we have here? We want that magic attack 20 up. That's pretty much our final capstone, I think. Let me check, but we're at the 3,500 mark again. It might actually be worth switching back to Merchant. I think it is, because we're basically just running them anyways together. So I think it's going to be worth switching back. Unfortunately, though, I do need to go ahead and optimum this. Let's throw... Do I have 2 daggers? I do. We're going to just use Thieves' Knife. I think that's going to be the best scenario there. And then we can switch Commerce back to Black Mage. And I will actually be able to start getting a lot more money to hopefully be able to buy those weapons we were talking about at the end of the last episode. Because if you missed it, they cost a lot. We've progressed our little area, our town, more than I think the game intends you to at this point. Can I? Nope, that was Inspect the Blue Chest. So we actually have a lot more... We have a lot more things that cost more money than we have access to right now. Okay, so... I think we can actually do a really good cleanup here with 2 attacks with Tiz on each Bone Hunter. And then I think Edea might be able to clean it up. No. I'm going to have to do Akira on all of them and hope it doesn't kill. You can see she has her first special up, but I want to be able to get her second special active. Oh, well, there's a firewall. Okay, now Edea can easily clean this up. Oh, man. No. Yeah, and then Tiz dies. That's insane. I actually talked about this. I want to go ahead and Phoenix down. I want to do the, like, Phoenix down Tiz, followed by the potion on Tiz, because it has mentioned that a couple times. That's one of the challenges we have to do. We'll go ahead and actually default with him. Jeez. And take a potion, Tiz. That should be another tutorial challenge completed as well. Let's just... Honestly, probably throw a Cure at everybody and then throw a Fyra at the Bone Hunter. I should have had Edea go... Wow. Killed Tiz again. And there's nothing I could do there. He was just quicker. And for this stupid challenge, and it cost me Tiz. Unfortunate. And now I just have to use another one. Ooh, I need to stock up on Phoenix Downs again. Oh, I have a raise now. I didn't even notice that. Okay, so I don't need to be using Phoenix Downs. I should just be using raises. And now we'll go up this path right here.
He's back.
There were no allies or enemies. All those on the battlefield writhed in the mud and perished, clawing at their throats. I'd never known such pain. Every breath felt like fire, and my vision turned blood red. It was as if countless parasites crawled upon my body. There were no allies or enemies. Together we grasped at breaths, sharing unbearable pain as we met our demise.
You're freaking out Edea there, man. Oh, I didn't mean to go back down. I was actually just trying to show off that there was a gate directly south of us, but we'll be able to hit that here in a little bit. We'll actually have to come back up here soon. We have 2 paths here. We have the E... They're called the E path and the D path. Again, I look at a map just to see exactly where we're going. We're going to go ahead and take this right path first. Just to grab this chest that we saw. The glaive. If you are using a spear user, that's a a much better weapon than you should have access to now, unless you picked up Lubu's spear from your main store.
Kata, the salve maker. That corpulent commander of the sword bearers. He has returned to these lands once more. He had those of us who died from the toxic mist carried to this keep. Then the tests began. Gleeful slicing, all to gauge the effects of his poison. A great success, he said with a smirk. Another breakthrough, as he danced a little jig. There were no allies or enemies. All who died to the mist were sealed within this keep and left to rot. Who knows how long has passed? With excruciating pain, chilling cold, hatred and despair growing within us.
That's terrible. They must pay for this.
And they will, Edea. They will. In due time. Get another fight. I believe at this point we have seen all the enemies, so let's see what we can do here. One attack on the Bone Hunter, Bone Knight, and that Bone Hunter, and then a normal one. And then for Agnès, let's go ahead and throw a Cura at all of them. Ringabel can wait, and Edea can wait. Honestly, it might be worth having Edea go ahead and buff up in that turn that I'm making her wait. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. So, go ahead and throw a Cure at all of them. And then Ringabel can wait. And then Edea, let's have you target this top one, because that is a guaranteed kill. There we go. Fortunately, barely missed with that crit. And then they both should just die to a single cure on both of them. Keep it up with your firewall, Edea. You won't have that much for much longer because it's not really doing any damage, but for now, just a little bit of chip damage. Heal them all up. Agnès, let's cure that poison. The poison does more in battle than it does from just walking around. We're going to go down this bottom left path first. You can see our merchants right there. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get to them just yet. We actually have to go up a different set of staircases, but we have to unlock the ability to go up those staircases first. Is that a new enemy? The Zombie Knight. It is. Let's go ahead and examine it. I think I need to actually just go like crazy here, because I'm pretty sure this is a very lethal combo right now. So let's just cure all of them, and if anybody's left standing, we'll have Ringabel and Edea clean it up here. We get our examine off. Yeah, 4,000. Ooh, that's a lot. No, they paralyzed her. This is an actual lethal. It's pretty, like, I don't know how well we're going to get through this because I don't have Undead Hunter yet. Maybe I have to use targeting. I mean, I still have Ringabel, who can still use Fyra on all of them. And then Edea can go ahead and use her Fyra sword magic. I guess let's just do normal attacks after that. This is gonna be a very, very tough battle. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually lose here and have to run through this whole dungeon again. Actually, we can just retry battle, I forgot. If we get really bad RNG here, yeah. Only doing 400 damage per attack. It might be enough with Edea. No, we're gonna get rid of one. Let's see what happens here. Tiz is dead. Okay, we at least get Agnès back up. So Agnès can raise a Tiz, followed by a Cura on the whole team, followed by a Cura on all the enemies, and then another Cura on all the enemies. Yeah, having Agnès get paralyzed right there? No. Come on, Edea. She's getting hit for 1,400 damage. That's unacceptable. Like, she's way above their level, and she's getting hit for that much. That's absolutely insane. That shouldn't be happening. Gotta raise her back up. I think she'd be taking that damage anyways, even if she was a different job. But we might need to look at something else for her, because, like giving her a shield.
Shh. I hear voices. There's someone up ahead.
More spirits?
No. I think it's something else.
How fares the cleansing?
We have just completed our work. See for yourself. A perfect job, no?
It took you 3 years to cleanse this area. Some weapon that is. Countless meaningless deaths, contaminated land, and what is left? Nothing but lifeless ruin.
Oh, how could you say that, Sword Master? You know nothing of which you speak. To cleanse such a vast area in 3 years would be impossible for anyone but me! My research on the matter continues, and we may be able to reduce the time further.
The master sample of the toxin is in here?
Yes, we have it stored safely.
And there's no danger of it leaking?
Of course not. It is sealed away tight, along with its recipe. Even I, its creator, would not be able to take it from here.
Master.
What do we do? They spoke of a sample of the toxin. It seems something is stored further in.
That's what we need to get hold of.
Kada. Salve maker Kada. Do you even comprehend the results of your actions 4 years ago?
The results? Why, I annihilated 100,000 enemy troops, achieving a brilliant victory!
That was no victory. It was a massacre. Our allies caught in the midst, an entire city brought to ruin, turning the area to wasteland for 4 years.
But without my victory, the sword bearers would be no more. Of that, there is no doubt. A mere 1,000 sword bearers were killed by accident. A minimal loss. We sacrificed 1,000 to defeat 100,000. Far more effective than conventional war, no? Do you believe you could have achieved similar results by clashing blades, Sword Master? I highly doubt it.
I admit that would be impossible.
He was the one who created the toxic mist.
My master is angered. I have never seen him so enraged.
He's angry? He seems calm enough to me.
What? Can't you sense the rage seething within him? It gives me goosebumps.
The tension is so thick, it chokes.
Our objective is not to slaughter our foes. It is to control the crystals and spread anti-crystalism. Do not forget that. I have no need for an efficient method of killing. I forbade you from using this toxic weapon of yours in the first place.
So, you would have me simply let the sword bearers face defeat? They number just 10,000 against 100,000 shield bearers. They did not stand a chance.
And that is because you pressed on ahead without due caution, eager for a quick result. I ordered you to hold the front line, not exterminate our foes.
I merely saw a chance for victory and seized it. I knew we would prevail.
If you thought you ever had a chance against those odds, it only shows you lack a talent for generalship. Blinded by ambition, you misread the enemy, disobeyed my orders, and then slaughtered both enemy and ally alike. You slew them all like dogs. You showed no respect at all for the warriors on either side. How does mindless killing bring anyone to embrace the ideals we uphold? Know this. The next time you disobey my orders for your own selfish ends, you will fall to my sword.
I understand completely. I will not let you down.
I shall return to Starkfort. You stay back and see that the wounded are cared for.
Of course. Who does he think he is, spouting such nonsense? What a hypocrite! There's no place for heroism or pride in war. To seek such things is a fool's errand. I'll show him one day, once I get that sample back.
We can't leave such a deadly substance here.
We should take it back with us.
Right.
And so the plot thickens. I don't really know what they're talking about with that poison. I think it was in the backstory, which we did read through, but I guess something happened. Right down here is actually be a secret item. You just go to the top right of those stairs. Ooh. Huh, okay. This is a tough fight. I mean, truly fighting these undead has been brutal. And I can't just spare using Agnès like that anymore, which means I pretty much have to use Fyra on all foes in order to deal the damage I need to do here. Edea, let's have you go ahead. Just do one turn of casting Fyra. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I don't know how their AI determines who to attack, but it feels like they always are attacking the enemy that, or the character that did not default. Oh, threw a paralyze at me too. Ooh, again, brutal. Let's go ahead and just target, try to get rid of one of these. Agnès, do we have... We don't have anything to deal with that, so I actually only need to do a Cura on Ringabel. Man, it is taking 3 targetings to drop one of them. We are officially at end game level difficulties, so let's go ahead and just default again. I want to keep her ready to heal anybody. That shield bash is killer. Go ahead and heal Tiz. Yep, there he goes. It's just absolutely crazy how fast they're dropping my team without me being able to really respond. Guess we'll just do... I'm going to save Ringabel here. Oh, Edea still... She has -1 still. Give him a raise. Give him a Cura. Let's go ahead and default, and let's hope Edea can at least kill one of these guys. I'm hoping she can get rid of two. Barely hanging on at 337. A single fire will get rid of him. 45 JP, that is a level for Agnès, which is good, and for Tiz. Edea's a little bit behind the curve, but she does get a Shin Smash ability. Go ahead and grab this treasure chest first. This is going to be a elixir. Now, I'm actually going to have to use an ether here, maybe a couple of them, because I need Agnès to have a little bit more MP, because we're not done with this dungeon. We're about 3/4 of the way done. There's not much left, but I know I'm going to get into a couple more fights here. So first, we're going to come over all the way over here to the left to activate this switch. Looks like basically the exact same setup here. So, I mean, I know how big of a problem this zombie knight's being with that shield bash, so I think I just need to target him first. I think everybody else just needs to wait this one out, and I think I need to do the same thing. Let's go ahead and just have her use her Fyra sword magic. You can see Edea's already at 106 MP. That's just showing you how much we're actually going through as we go through this dungeon. And Tiz only started using these attacks recently, and he's already at 82 MP. Very, very brutal. Edea, let's have you... I need to be very careful here. Let's have you hit the zombie knight, and then I think the hunter's the second biggest threat. This will get me a kill at least. This probably won't get a kill here, but we're going to do a good bit of damage. Oh, a crit. Let's go ahead and throw a Cura at Tiz. Ringabel, we need you to basically just go all out with your Fyras here. Oh, already a kill on Tiz. We're just... I mean, they are dropping... It's that attack that they're using, which I don't think is 100% accurate. I think... Because it missed Edea, I think it only has a chance to hit. And I think it's just hitting every single time. Or angelic support for White Mage, which is a really, really solid ability there. We'll go check that out. Angelic support, I think it's actually going to be another 2 cost, isn't it? No, Angelic Ward. Chance to reduce damage taken. You just have a straight up chance that you reduce any damage that you take. So, very, very good. Let's go ahead and raise Tiz back up. Throw another Cura his way. Let's hope we can get through this dungeon very fast. It's these enemies specifically, like, clearly we weren't having much trouble in the pirate area, and I think those actually have a higher max level. It's just this one specific's kind of kicking our butt. Go ahead and grab this chest right here for a bomb fragment. And then only a few more fights. We're only going to have a few more of these. This is actually not that bad. The problem is they're coming in with BP. So, like... I'm gonna Fyra again, but they already are activating their multi-attacks, and I guarantee they're gonna shield bash multiple of my guys. Yep, there's a paralysis on Edea, just like every time. And then all I can really do after that is use Fyra on all of them. Hope for the best here. Okay, 1 Cura should get rid of this guy. But man, again, this is a tough zone. And I could decrease the encounter rate, but I'm not going to. Ringabel is basically useless to me at this point, unfortunately. I actually think I'm going to go to Edea. I think I'm going to change Courage Ring. I think I want to give her... Gale Hairpin's pretty solid. But I think I want to give her Earthing Rod, because the amount of times we're getting paralyzed is actually ridiculous, and that's kind of costing Edea's entire, like, she can't really do anything in the fight if she gets paralyzed, since I'm using... Regardless, the enemy's going, like, before she could do anything, but... Tiz, let's go all out on these zombie knights, and then same thing, we're gonna Fyra my sword, or my axe. They really want those attacks to hit. They are attacking the same person multiple times. That is so disrespectful. Come on, Edea. I need you to get that damage numbers up. Because you're leaving him with, like, no HP every time. Okay. Merchant's almost leveled up here. She does not have much MP left. Good news is we're almost out of this. Right here is going to be our last lever we have to hit, and now it is just make it to the end. I'm expecting 1 or 2 more fights, and then we'll be done. We have to go back up through the middle staircase first. Okay, I made it to this floor. Now we're going to grab this last chest, which is going to be, I believe... Oh, there actually is no more chests. We've picked up the last one. I was looking at the wrong spot. So, let's go ahead. Yeah, it only gets worse from here. I know. What are the chances I have enough? I don't have enough for the grinder axe. I am very much considering grinding just to be able to buy that better axe. Because getting her physical attack to the plus 20% is imperative going forward, to the point where, like, it might even be worth giving it to Tiz just so that way he gets that plus 20% damage bonus. And so, when you're ready, let's go ahead and walk up. We're going to have one more fight before that. Of course we are. Which enemy gets first strike? Oh my god. Wow. Attacked quite literally the only person I didn't want him to attack. So let's go ahead and target. We're going to have to rest one more time here. I'm just going to use everything on everyone. You can already see how the magical damage is slowly decreasing, because Ringabel's our highest magic damage dealer. Unfortunately not on Merchant, but still the highest damage dealer. And he's only doing like 800 fire damage, and then like 400 when it's spread across multiple enemies. So just unfortunately not the best anymore. Honestly, let's just go ahead and Fyra, followed by double damages on everybody. I don't want to mess around with this. Cool. Well, she's going to leave them open for everyone else to get the kill, but honestly, at this point, that's fine. You can see we can only do that one time, though, because she already has 33 MP. It's another class that is going to be really good to give the MP bonus if you want to give it to her. It's just not a bad idea to do. Let's go ahead and rest up one more time. I should have just gotten into a fight before we did that, but I'm kind of glad because we were able to go all out right there. We just lost 2,000 pegs so fast from just having to rest. Let's go ahead and save. And let's see what this boss has for us.
What's that?
An alarm. Watch out! We have company!
Right here we have the automatons. So we're going to go ahead and start with an examine, and then we're going to default with everybody and hope for the best here. You can see they have 10,000 HP, but they are weak to lightning. Those firewalls aren't doing much right now, Edea. We're going to take this a little bit slower. So let's go ahead. Let's throw a cure up at, or a cure at everyone. Ringabel, we're going to default, and Edea, we're going to default. Again, we're going to take this a little bit slower than we would normally. We're going to treat it, basically as a boss fight. Like a, yes, it's a boss fight, but we're going to treat it a little bit more like we would a job boss fight, an asterisk fight. So we're going to try to build up their defaults here. I'm just going to keep probably casting Cura on everybody. Agnès has 360 MP, so I'd rather just keep everybody healthy the longest I can. Once we're built up, we're actually going to go ahead and use Thundara on everybody. We want to do as much damage as we can to all the enemies as quick as possible. For Edea, though, we're going to go ahead and Thundara our weapon, and then wait. This is going to be pretty solid damage. This is what we're going to be using Ringabel for pretty much this whole fight. And this is why we're going to keep having her cure, because they can do some really big damage. I don't think... Yeah, this wouldn't be any of these. So we're just going to use targeting here on one automaton. Again, just keep using Cure on everyone. Ringabel can wait, and this is where Edea is going to kind of be massive here. So we have a couple options. We can attack and lower target's physical defense, which is a really good strategy. So I think what I will do is go ahead and lower all their physical defenses. That way, I'm dealing a little bit more damage to all of them. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and use Scale Strip and start going that path now. I'm hitting weak spots, but also I'm lowering their physical defense, which is really, really solid. If I would have played it a little bit nicer, I could have had her do that, then have Tiz go next. They just raised their physical attack by so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is where we're going to start getting into some dangerous territory. Let's go ahead and default. I'm actually going to default there. I'm going to default. I'm going to default. I just want to see what we're working with here now that their attack's raised. Yeah, that rocket punch is deadly. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to rejuvenate everybody right here. And then, actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rejuvenate and then Cura in hopes that Cura activates later. Ringabel, we're going to wait one more turn. However, Edea, let's go ahead and use Scale Strip on the middle one and Scale Strip on the bottom one. No. I thought Agnès was going to be able to use Rejuvenation first. If I would have known that was the case, I would have not have played it that way. Okay, well, with Tiz, we're going to go ahead and use targeting to try to blitz down these guys now that they have lowered defenses. I'm actually going to change exactly what I just did, and I'm going to blitz down this middle one because the top one still has weak to magic damage. So I'll be able to have Ringabel finish up that top one most likely. There's a good crit. This might get rid of two of them. That's not the one I thought I was going to get rid of, but there's two of them. We use our Raise, followed by our Cura. Go ahead and throw a Cura at Tiz. Ringabel can... Ringabel probably could kill here, but we'll wait. And then Edea, now's your chance. I need you to just prove yourself right now. Let's hit him with double damage. Actually, let's hit him with a Shell Split. Double damage. Double damage. Now's your chance. 1200, 2300, 2440. You can see if you use it in the right succession, you can deal massive amounts of damage to bosses. Imagine that on an asterisk fight. Now, they're usually not weak to an element, but still, that's just better because then you don't have to buff your weapon. Right there, we get 3000 XP and 300 JP. That's going to be a level up for our pirate, at the very least, and Ringabel gets a level. Ringabel is the only character that has not finished a fight dead at this point. You learn Mass Attack from Pirate, which I believe attacks every single enemy on the screen. We'll double check that here in a second.
All right, let's get this back to Commander Goodman.
Yeah, we will. But first, let's go ahead and check that new ability out. It would have been Job. Let's see, Mass Attack. Allies with less than 20% of their HP left attack at the same time you do. Interesting, that's not what I expected. I don't really like that at all. Berserk's going to be really cool once we get it. But I'm not as big of a fan as I thought I would be right there. I'm actually going to take a second to... Actually, I was going to buy Phoenix Downs, but I guess I don't need to. Let's just go ahead and rest while we can. Because I don't plan on swinging by a tavern, like as soon as we leave this area. So let's just go ahead and use our item, a teleport stone, to quickly leave this awful dungeon. That we were so much higher level than it, and we were still just taking so much damage. And so we got to return to Goodman, so we'll just go ahead and run on back there. Shouldn't be too hard. Can I actually... Could I travel through the gate now? I don't think so, because it looks like the enemy's actually on the other side of that little bridge area. There you go, Tiz, deal with him. Edea, then you deal with him, and hopefully you get the kill. Nope, you go first, of course you do. But you'll at least open it up for Tiz. Wow. Okay, I really didn't expect that. Let's just go ahead and Blizzara. Agnès gains a level right there. I'm hoping to come across a lot more money as we're going through this. And so, we'll head right back into the center fortress.
This is what caused the toxic mist? So it was not magic, but an alchemical concoction. We are in your debt. I'll have our physicians start researching how to make a neutralizing agent.
Wait, would you consider destroying that sample now?
Agnès.
I understand the need for a cure for the poison, but I would like you to dispose of that sample. Find a method that ensures it can never again be used. You could incinerate it in the lava.
Yes, I see. If there is no danger the toxic mist will be used again, then we have no need to neutralize it. That would also remove the temptation to use the sample to turn the tables on our enemy. I do not have the resolve to say with full confidence that we could prevail without it. Therefore, I will gladly do as you ask, Gwyn Vestal. Let us throw this master sample into the lava.
I thank you for accommodating my request. I am happy that my words fell on wise ears.
Commander Goodman, we have trouble!
What's wrong?
It's the enemy! They've launched a full-scale assault!
They attack with tremendous force. We may not be able to hold the line if they keep this up.
You seemed okay up to now, though. What happened?
They have begun using mithril ammunition.
Mithril?
About a year ago, the enemy captured the mithril mine we were working.
There was something in my journal about that, come to think of it. Let's see. Here it is. Mithril is a hard metal refined from mithril ore, mined in Eisenberg. Over 80% of all mithril in the world is mined in Eisenberg, where it is said precious orichalcum has also been found. Orichalcum is a precious metal unique to Eisenberg, and the hardest material in the known world. It can be used to produce weapons and armor of the highest strength, and it releases great energy when melted at high pressure.
We tried to recapture the mine, but the sword bearers had put children to work down there.
Children?
Yes. I'm sure you've heard tales of canaries being taken into mines as an early warning for dangerous gases. Well, the sword bearers call the children they've abducted and forced into hard labor canary boys. When we tried to rescue the children, those cowards used them as human shields and barricaded themselves inside.
Using these canary boys to warn of danger? I cannot believe the Black Blades would stoop to such tactics.
It's despicable! Can't let them get away with it! We must do something to save the children!
What are we waiting for then? Let's take back the mithril mine.
The mines are crawling with sword-bearer soldiers. It would be foolhardy to rush in without support.
Even so, we must take action. You can focus on retaking the mine. We'll rescue the children they're using down there.
And so, we have our next objective. However, you can see, there's actually a sub-scenario we can do. First, I want to check this. We just received a gift from our trader, and we still have 27 minutes left on that, which is very, very unfortunate. I do want to quickly check the minigames. I will have to go into mouse mode here. I want to see if the rhythm catch has a new song for us to play. This one takes a little bit longer to load. Let's click on that so we unlocked after clearing chapter 3. I was like, let's click on that so we don't get in trouble by YouTube on that one. So unfortunately, no new minigame. The reason for it is we actually will very soon be taking a trip back, so we could have spent those points. Unfortunately, we aren't able to just yet. And so, with that, guys, I think this is a good place to wind things down. I know we still have about 27 minutes left on our town, but I will probably just come back in between episodes, throw on 12-hour ones like I usually do on everything, and then let us get it there. Let's just see what we unlock on this town. Will it display right here? We're just going to get the Knight Emperor, which is a sword I could throw more people on, I guess, but no reason to really do that. It won't speed it up by too much. And then in the next episode, we will actually continue with our next sub-scenario, which is going to give us a very, very powerful job. And in fact, I believe it is one of our characters' final jobs that we're going to run at the end of the game. And so with that, guys, I will see you all in the next one.